What's going on, YouTube? It's Ali Dope, and I'm checking in once again. And today we're gonna create a dope fashion poster. Like I mentioned before, today we're gonna be creating two dope fashion posters. One is gonna be one Mars outer space themed sneaker poster, and the other is gonna be a cityscape fitted hat poster design. And this will be the final video for Fashion Week. So normally when you see fashion ads, they're always advertising clothes or jeans or accessories. So I really wanted to try to focus on sneaker ads and fitted hat ads because I love fitted hats and I love sneakers. And I think they deserve their proper shine. So like always, I got inspired by some images I saw online, and I want to see if I can recreate it and make it even flyer. Now you can base your theme off of pretty much anything. You can do an underwater theme, you can do a country theme. Just think outside of the box. That's all that matters. Or you can think of certain times would you would wear this. So like if it was a holiday ad for Thanksgiving, or if it was a Christmas ad or a New Year's ad, just think about that. So I don't want to wrap you guys up too much, but if you haven't already, please subscribe, comment, and like so the algorithm knows this video is lit. Yes, sir. And I don't want you to miss a drop. But I'm not gonna wrap you guys up too much. Let's just get to creating. So without further ado, let's hop into this computer. Yes, sir. So first, you guys, what you want to do is open up your file, Photoshop. I'm gonna go 4x5 because I feel like that's like the general practice now. 4x5. 5x5 is kind of giving like 2010. So 4x5 is kind of like the thing, gives you guys like a nice vertical or a nice horizontal. So 4x5 would be 1200 by 1500. You can multiply that as many times as you want to make it as big as you need. I'm gonna go with 96 resolution as well. All right, so now we got our template or whatever. I like always starting it with black, just because I feel like it's a good base. You don't have to, but I feel like it's a good base to work with. So we're just gonna go grab all the elements that we have for the fitted hats. Cool. All right, so basically I feel like you need to treat the hats just like if it was a person. Like when you're making posters, you got to keep that in mind. Like treat whatever you're trying to do with the same kind of like ideas. So like this is a good like further background. We can kind of put some depth of feel into this one. So we're gonna take that one all the way to the back. This one, I know I'm gonna use the rover out of this, so I'm gonna just delete this for now. And this is kind of like the main one I want to use as like the base. Let me see, because there's another one too. This one looked really good too. I just didn't like how I didn't have anything. We might just use like the regular people for this and just delete that. So like move this down here. Maybe, oh, put that back down there. Put this, delete this space. All right, so I'm gonna take this main image here, go to image, adjustments, match color, and we're gonna match it to that background piece. The source is gonna be the, obviously, because we didn't save it yet, it's gonna be the entitled one. And then we're gonna name it the one that we wanted to match up with, and the one I wanted to match up with is the Dreamtime one. Boom. And then you can bring up the luminosity, bring it down a little bit. The color intensity could be like right on par, you know, give it that real good orange. You can neutralize it, you know. So boom. Let's just go ahead and save it real quick. All right, so boom. That's that. And then I'm not really feeling the background, so you can just go select sky, and it's gonna just select all of the sky. Boom. You just go ahead and delete that. It's a little bit too harsh for me, so what I'm gonna do is go to magic wand, select it again, go to filter, or no, select, modify feather, but like 3. And just go ahead and knock that out right there. And I want the rocks to be like right here. And I want to delete this area too. So we're just going to go ahead and press erase. So we can go ahead and just erase that. And I think just to like touch it up, let's go ahead and add some levels into that. Create a clipping mask. And let's just get, yeah, bring some darkness back into it. I feel like it matches up a little bit better now. I feel like after we put the overall color tone on it too, it should work as well. This one here, we're gonna bring that to the top. We're just gonna obviously delete that background. Go ahead and increase it a little bit. Boom. It's not as sharp because it's not a sharp image. It's all good though. It's just a tutorial. Select the sky. Let's go ahead and deselect what we don't want to select by using the quick selection tool and this minus button. You can go ahead and like remove what you don't need. Boom. Cool. I kind of like that. We're gonna go ahead and add the rectangular tool. Add this here. You're gonna go to edit, content aware fill, and obviously it's gonna just fill in the same thing. You're just gonna press OK, and then just gonna go ahead and move that down. Real seamless right here. Same thing with this one too. You're gonna go to edit, adjustments, match the color, and you're gonna match the color of the top one too, like we just did. So everything kind of has this all the same hue. And I feel like that gives us a nice, good, strong canvas. I feel like for this back one here, I do want to add a little bit of a thing. So right click, create smart object. We're going to go to filter, blur, just to add a little bit of, obviously blur into it. We're going to go with Gaussian blur. I'm going to go real light, just so it's a little bit in the shadows, you know what I'm saying? Like it's in the back a little bit, like you see it but you don't see it. I feel like that's a good base to put the hat right here in the center. We also have this one here with like tannish, so I feel like that one kind of would be better. We could save that one for like something else in the element. So right click on it, rasterize the image, and then we're just gonna go select subject. I do want to try to grab some of the shadow, so we're going to go ahead and click on this object quick selection tool. We're going to go to this plus button and then just going to go ahead and select the shadow. Right click, make sure everything is selected that you need to be selected. Okay, cool. Layer via cut. We're going to go ahead and delete all that white stuff. We're going to go ahead and select magic wand tool, select modify feather by like 2. Delete. Gives it a nice little like vibration. Cool. Now that I think about it, I'm not liking how the shadows look, but this kind of gives you an idea where the shadows should be. So let's go ahead and clean this up. We just gotta do it one more time. Select the subject. He's gonna select the subject once again. Boom. Command Shift I deletes all that good stuff there. Clean up where you need to clean up at. Right in here. B Control minus. I feel like it's sitting in a good space in the middle of the image. Maybe a little bit smaller. Though it's kind of like they just walked from seeing it and it's like the whole atmosphere is for the hat right here. Cool. So let's go ahead and name this. Right click, convert to subject. Let's name this hat. We're gonna create a new layer. Go with a nice soft brush. You could bring that flow down to like 30. Opacity down to like 80. I'm winging it right now, but you know, I'm gonna adjust it as I see fit. Now we gotta go in here and add those shadows. I'm gonna bring it out just a little bit. I want the opacity up because I can always turn it down. I put the opacity back at 100. Cool. Gives it like a nice dark shadow underneath. We need a shadow like right up underneath here for this hat. Make it big again. If the shadow's here, as you can see, it's gonna be like this space, so you just kind of want to mimic that. So that's gonna be the undershadow right there. I'll probably make it a little bit smaller here, and I'm gonna adjust this brush too. I'm gonna make it thinner. So I can kind of wrap the shadow around, right? All right, so now we got the shadow right there. Filter, blur, and we're just gonna go Gaussian blur on there. Oops. Cool. Go ahead and make sure you name your layer shadow. Go ahead and bring it down. Not too much though. Still want to see it. It's a shadow. So like 90, 85. 90's cool. Press save. And I do want to create another shadow on top of this hat. So I want to put on top of the hat. Blur. Switch this over. Move it down. So I want to do like the shadow of the hat is here. So just like real light into that part of the shadow. And then you want to do that same thing. Filter, Gaussian blur right there. And then it's not as heavy, but it's still there. Really faint light. It's one of those things where it's like, it's a fashion ad, so you want to keep it as minimal as possible. If you want, you could take like a piece of this hat, put that hat sitting on top, right click, rasterize layer, and we really just want this piece right here. So we're gonna see if it selects it. I doubt it. Okay, cool. It grabbed most of it, like over here somewhere. Put it behind the hat, behind the shadow. And we're just gonna work with this a little bit. Put it behind there. Boop. So it's in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? Now you're seeing it's not even too undistinguishable. Adjustments, we're gonna match the color to the same thing that we've been doing, to the same one that we've been doing it. Boom. Make sure you get that fade right. The color intensity is not too crazy. And you just gotta play with them until you get a nice one. I really want to add these strings in myself, so I can just add the strings back how I had them. We're gonna name this one Rover. Right click, make it a smart object, and we're gonna just add the strings now by creating a line. So you just use the line tool. Ooh, where is it at? Line tool, and just kind of from the same area that's at, grab it, boom, that. Now the line, I'm gonna go no fill. I'm gonna stroke mine, pause, command copy the line, move it over, and then I just kind of do the same ones, the same area. Command J again. Boom. Alright, so with the lines there, we can go ahead and go into the rover. Double click on the rover. And then we can erase all that line space that we had at the beginning that we saved. Woo. Save that. Cool beans. Alright, now we can put the lines back. That looks pretty cool. Add the rover. Let's add a new group, make it a group, name that rover, and in the rover one I do want to add those like little like gas things that they had or whatever, I guess like the takeoff thingies. So go back to the triangle, you can go triangle, boop boop boop, and we're gonna name the triangle, make it white. We can go ahead and flip the triangle over. Right? Alright, so with the triangle, after you select the triangle, go to fill, empty on the fill, right? We're gonna go to gradient. We're gonna click the one that's empty. We're gonna go one that's white and white. And we're gonna go ahead and turn that upside down. So it's like negative 90. Cool beans. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur, convert to smart object. You don't want it that thick, pause. Just enough. Just so you can get rid of the whole like triangular feel of it. Put it behind the rover. Boom. You can make it thinner. Oops. Boom. Right? And then just copy and paste them to where you need them to be. Yeah, I think that's cool. Like I said, if I had more time, I like go in a little bit better with it. It's all good though, I ain't really tripping. We want to add a little bit of highlight on the hat from this back area here. I feel like all the light and the shadow is coming from this area. I feel like we should flip this as well, only because if the shadow is coming from this way or that way, you don't want the shadows from this coming the wrong way. So just keep that in mind too. Right here, just gonna go to edit, transform, flip horizontal, and now all the it's coming this way. You dig what I'm saying? Save that, go on the hat. Right here, we're gonna go ahead and create a solid fill real quick. Solid color, we're gonna go with that white. Command I. Right click, create clipping mask. Then we're gonna paint white on black. As you can see, it's gonna bring it in there. Opacity's not that strong. Boom, I kind of like how it is. Maybe change the angle of the brush. And here we go. Go ahead and add them highlights in there. Oops. You want to add them nice and strong at first along the edges, and then we're gonna fix it. Bring down the opacity a little bit, just so it's there, but it's not so strong. Like maybe 50%. Now you can always change the color here. As you can see, we might change it to another one, you know, maybe something that's more in the sky, the lightest color in the sky, something that's hitting on it. Pause.
What's up, baby? Take me out to dinner. Hey, yo.
I'm kind of feeling that. Let's go ahead and add a extra layer here. Go ahead and drop some gray in there. Y'all know what we finna do. Go ahead and fill that in. Filter, noise, add noise. We're gonna go for like a uniform feel. We're gonna go monochromatic too. Here we go. And usually I can either do soft light or overlay. Soft light, overlay. Overlay's gonna give you that darker vibe. I'm kind of messing with the darker vibe, so I'm probably gonna go with that. Overlay, and I'll probably drop it down to like 85. Cool. This gives it a nice little filmic vibe overall. I might even drop it down a little bit more. One more thing, probably add a photo filter. That's down there as well. And then you got all these things to bring it all together, really. And then I would just kind of go through these to find one that kind of goes with the vibe I'm seeking. That orange really is hitting. This sepia kind of works too though. Alright, so that's pretty good. I'm liking where we're going with this. Collapse all these into one layer as well. Always duplicate it so you always have a backup layer. And then convert this to a smart object. We're gonna go to filter, camera raw filter, and this is where we're gonna add our finishing touches, our color gradings, our stuff like that. So like basic curves, let's go ahead and add some clarity to the overall image to give it some boost. Bust down the dehaze a little bit. Them blacks, oop, no. Keep the blacks pretty good. Bring the contrast up. Bring the exposure level up a little bit. Bring that temperature. Make it nice and warm. Nothing too crazy though. Alright, bet. We can leave the detail alone, color mixer alone, color grading like I said, if you want to like go in there and add some stuff, if you want to go ahead and add some grain and vignette. I am going to add a little bit of vignette on the outside so it's there but it's not too crazy. Collaboration, like I said, you can always go in here and play with stuff. I like to just play with it and see what I get. Filter gallery if you're trying to feel fancy. Add a little bit of diffusion. You don't have to. Like I said, I love to use diffusion on my stuff. Like I said, you can use any of these type of things, bro, to give whatever you're trying to go for and whatever you're trying to create. Like, so the glow amount, I'm actually bringing it down OD. Like, I just want like barely there, like 10, so just to give it some, you know, pizzazz. Boom. Like I said, real quick. Alright, so found this fog here. Pretty dope. Nothing too crazy. And I still want this to assume the same colors as the background. So we're going to go ahead and right click that. Rasterize image adjustments. Match the colors. Same thing that we've been using. I kind of like how I kind of like it's like dusty and it has some stuff coming up out of there. So what we got to do is go ahead and I wouldn't recommend just thinging. I would go ahead and mask it. Let me go ahead and do it the right way. Make sure you painting right. Boom. Go ahead and paint that off. Make it big so then when you erasing it, it like brings up like it's all dusty. I want it still dusty around them too. Like I don't want to feel like the dust came out of like the dust came from nowhere. The dust is coming from all the work they're doing. So then bring that opacity down a little bit. Bring that flow down. And like just places that you want to see clear. But I kind of like that. I think it adds like another element to it. But yeah, I'm messing with that right there. We're done for this, for the hat. Now we're gonna now I'm gonna show you how to do the sneakers. Number 2, like I said, we're gonna do the sneakers. And you know, them Jordan 1s just dropped. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I never got a pair of Jordan 1s ever in my life. I don't know if I ever will now at this point. So, you know, if somebody, you know, got the sneaker plug for the lovely price, you know what I'm saying? Because I am not paying $300 for the sneaks. I'm just not. I'm cheap, y'all. I don't care. But anyways, a good background that you want to use. I want to kind of have it in a basketball court. I feel like that makes the most sense because that's where these sneakers would be. And it looks like it's already got a 4x5 set. So I really don't have to do no adjustments to it. It already has a basketball here with a shadow in it. So obviously the light is coming from this way. So let's stick with that. I got another basketball. I don't know why. I might replace that basketball. Matter of fact, I might just go ahead and do that right now. Because everybody uses this thing. And I like that ball looks a little bit too perfect. Like if it's outdoor and these are the OG retros, that is supposed to make it look like dusty and rusty. And they're not playing with Spalding no more. Spalding lost their deal. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't keep up. So Wilson came in and scooped that up. And then just a real quick brightness and contrast on it. Create the clipping mask and just create a little contrast in there. Yeah. Bring that brightness down a little bit. Yeah. Alright, bet. For anything, I probably want to check out this background too of the city. So rasterize the image, select the sky. We're gonna go ahead and delete that. That should be better. Turn that background on. Like I said, if I really wanted to sit here and like take time to go look at another background, I would. But I just like kind of the way that it vibes. You kind of see the beam, you kind of see the city lights. Cool. Main thing is gonna be doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. Now, I do want to make it a little bit bigger. We're gonna try to stretch this, not too far on the ends. But yeah, right click, rasterize, select subject. Make sure we get everything that we need, all the details. That's a pretty clean cut. Command Shift I, delete, delete, delete. There we go. And now we gotta pretty much add some nice shadows up underneath here, lightly, shadows here, and then shadows going this way. Now if I bring the image back in here, you'll see where the actual shadows were. And you kind of want to just kind of mimic that. So I usually bring it underneath. A new layer, we're gonna name that shadow. One way to do the shadow. This is one set of shadows. We're gonna make them shadows really light underneath because it's just like faintly there. What we're really gonna do is Command J, duplicate this, double click on it. We're gonna go create a color overlay. We're gonna make the color overlay black. Right? Put it underneath everything, the shadow and everything. So if it was a shadow, it'd be moved off to the side a little bit. And we're gonna go to Edit, Transform, Perspective. Because we want it to kind of push back. Shift it over. Cool. Everything's pretty cool. Like I said, these aren't too sophisticated. Kind of bring it all together. Let's start bringing some of those same elements in that we did before. Gray, fill it with gray. And that kind of just gives me a good base. Whenever I add the noise, it just gives me a nice base to start with everything. Like we're gonna use the same stuff, bro. You need to go overlay or we can go soft light. I'm gonna go soft overlay on this one. Go down to about 80. Same thing. Let's go to gradient map. And we're gonna go black and white gradient map. Reverse that. Just so it's singular. Bring it down a little bit. It's already bringing it together. 25. That's pretty cool. Photo filter in, and I think we're obviously gonna go for like a cooling filter. Let's go ahead over the gradient map. Let's go ahead and add some curves in there. Let's go ahead and create a quick little S curve. Bring it up a little bit. Obviously bring it down. Bring this up just a smidgen. If you wanted to be fancy for this one, for the basketball court, since okay, boom. Right click and we're gonna just select all of this in the basketball court. Delete it. Go ahead back to our main one. I had already grabbed the piece of grid. I just thought it was a cool like little element to use. Maybe we could add some birds. Edit, transform them things. Filter. You're just gonna add a little bit of Gaussian blur. Like I said, you want to kind of look like it's far away, but not too crazy. If anything, if I really wanted to, I could adjust this one, transform, flip. I think that one kind of makes it a little bit better as well. But then you don't see the beam as much, so I'm gonna just keep it. But then again, you don't really need to see the beam. We got our filters and team. So make a group, name it the main, duplicate it as always, right click, convert to smart object. Let's go ahead and bring that thing over to camera raw filter. Basics, first of all, you always got to boost that clarity up, because I feel like it just gives it that nice vibe. Texture and clarity. Darker, lighter. It gives it a nice little glow about it. Maybe that contrast can be stronger. Adjust that exposure, make it a little bit brighter because it's a little bit too dark for me. Bring that contrast down. Boom. I don't really want to mess with the colors too much on this. I like the colors really how it is. I'll probably add a little bit more like brownish to it so it can bring back some of the actual color of the image. But that's it for that. Boom. I added a photocopy background, and I'm actually adding some sets from Caruso. If y'all know Caruso, I did like a thermal set from him, but he has some urban elements packs I felt like would actually work perfect for this. Is exactly what I was looking for. Throw that in there. Turn this down real quick. Make this big, because I do want to give it like a I don't know, you know, like a vintagey magazine feel. So we can go ahead and like lighten that, screen that, lighten that up, drop the opacity down to like 60's cool. Add that scribble up underneath like that. We can go ahead and color the scribble to color overlay. We can make it that red. Kind of want to match that. Here we go. And that's that on that, you guys. So sneaker, fitted hat, like I said, get creative, put clothes in different elements, put jewelry in different elements. It's all about practicing like the compositions, setting up different scenes. It could be anything. It could be Christmas is right around the corner. It's gonna be a lot of Christmas ads, a lot of clothing is still gonna be sold. Give them like a cool ad. Don't just throw the ad on there with a bunch of words and stuff like that. Like, think outside the box and like help them sell. But yeah, I just want to knock this one out for you guys, show you what I got, show you what you could do, what the possibilities are, and then yeah, that's it. So I hope that helped you guys in some sort of way, shape, or form. And as always, I hope it got the gears turning for your next project and inspired you in some sort of way, shape, or form. Just take these elements and just think and expand on how fashion ads can be used or fashion ads can be seen. Just take fashion ads and uplift them. I know you guys probably seen the Drake Vogue layout. I feel like that was a pretty cool layout on how he took it and was able to use photography with typography. And that's what I love about fashion ads and design in general as well. So just have fun, you guys. This is all a part of graphic design. This is all a part of, you know, creating motion graphics. In between time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the next drop and so the algorithm knows it's lit. Yes, sir. And until next time, remember, keep creating, keep hustling, and most importantly, keep learning. Until next time, Ali Dope, I'm checking out. Yes, sir.